Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscope. Today we're going to be doing a reading for the rabbit people and those born in the year of the rabbit. I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope everybody's doing okay. We did have a bit of a catalyst moment last week for the rabbit people, if I remember correctly, and I am quite interested to see how things have panned out for you. I'm sure there's been a lot of change or a lot of sort of ups and downs this week, things that have caused a bit of disruption perhaps. But that's only from the card reading last week. So let's find out this week what's actually going on. Let's stop there. Okay, we're going to take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? We've got the black, white there. Okay, so things aren't as bad for you right now, but they haven't been good. Last week, as I say, it's been a bit of a turmoil or a bit of a challenge. You got that black tiger there, so again, I mean, maybe there's been some sort of miscommunication, there's been some kind of confrontation, some kind of I don't know, not wanting to talk about things, or some things that you have spoken about haven't necessarily been translated correctly, or it's been misinterpreted. I mean, the lines of communications between rabbits and tigers aren't strong at the best of times, and that's a black tiger, so that's not exactly great. Maybe you're feeling things are a bit unfair as well. Things aren't as fair as you would like. You think that, you know, it's a bit harsh, the things that have happened or the things that are happening right now, because, you know, you haven't meant to upset anybody, you haven't meant to cause any offense or anything, and usually you're quite conservative. You're just, you know, you're just a lover of the peace, but something has made you act out. Something has made you be a little bit more, as I say, you haven't meant to do it, but you've been a little bit more, I suppose, loud, hot-tempered. Maybe it's a lack of sympathy for what you're actually going through, or people have got a lack of empathy towards you, and you've actually started to notice this. It's upset your harmonious kind of balance that you're kind of used to, and you can't talk your way out of this either. There's no diplomacy to be had here, because again, this is an aggressive, explosive situation. In fact, everything seems to be kind of like up and down for you at the moment. This isn't necessarily, I mean, I say at the moment, I mean, this is coming last week. I mean, moving into this week, it does look arguably better. However, white doesn't always mean all right. So we'll get to that in a minute. I do feel that with that tiger card there, that's not a great start. And I think last week's probably been quite hard. There's been emotions up in the air. You've been feeling quite, you know, disassociating with things, dissimilar to things, indifferent to things. Yeah. And you're trying to keep this to yourself a lot. You're trying to have a bit of discretion. You don't want people to know how it's actually making you feel, because it's actually making you feel quite crappy. Well, in general, that black tiger there isn't a happy emotional card. If it was white, it would be relatively positive. Like, you know, tigers are quite emotional. And I think this is an emotional time for rabbit people. You're going through a lot. And you are going through a lot. There's that monkey card there, which is the opposite to the tiger in the conflict line. So it is actually the opposite side of things, where you've got your black tiger, you've got your white monkey here. So we're going to flip it round this week. However, I don't think this is a good thing, because this is like mistrust. This is, you're finding it hard to trust things that are going on around you at the moment, and you know something's not right. You know something's not right, and you don't necessarily know what it is. You got a feeling, and I think that, again, it's almost like the same compatibility here. There's no real compatibility between the tiger and the rabbit, and the monkey and the rabbit. They just don't tend to run in the same circles. They don't tend to, you know, be associated with each other. And in the animal kingdom, monkeys are up trees, and tigers prey on rabbits. So not compatible really in the slightest. I do feel that there is some sort of sly underfootness going on here with that monkey card coming in. Monkeys will play games. Monkeys can be tricksters. Monkeys can be manipulative. Monkeys are, for want of a better word, out for themselves, and I think there are some sort of deceitful kind of almost rivalry going on. There's some sort of conflict underlining here. It's not good, and it's definitely not perfect. It's far from perfect at the moment. However, it could be a case that you need help, and the support that you need is right there. This is like a good opportunity to ask for help and get things done where you've been neglecting certain aspects. And I feel you've been doing this. This is what you're doing. You are trying to better yourself, to better your situation. You know things are rough and something's not right. You're feeling rather emotional and curious and suspicious. You're feeling rather like something's not quite right. But rather than go pursuing it and looking for trouble and overturning rocks that you don't need to disturb, rather than that, you're just working on yourself to kind of distract yourself from it. As a very kind of key thing when that monkey card comes through. When that monkey card comes in like this, it's sometimes self-improvement, self-work, it's sometimes doing things. It's a doer card. It's a very good doer card, but it's a very selfish doer card. And they will look out for themselves into a self-preservation mode, very much like the rabbit, actually. So you are in self-preservation mode, and you're working on yourself. You're probably going out more, or you're going out less. Basically, you're flipping it around. You're doing the opposite. If you used to go out a lot, then you're going out a lot less. You know, if you used to sit around eating takeaways all the time, you're now going down the gym. If you used to, binge watch television or whatever, now you're reading a book. Like, you're flipping it around, you're changing things up, you're mixing it up a little bit, and that's keeping you in this white area, and you're moving into that dragon. Okay, so you are getting ready for something. See, now that's a very compatible card for a rabbit out of those three, because the dragon and the rabbit actually get along, and I feel like you're trying to protect something here. This is not just about self-preservation. This is more of a challenge. This is more of a, you've got no choice. You've got no choice. It's either fix it or it's lost forever. It's almost like the bridge is almost on fire here, and now you've got to make the choice whether to burn it completely or fly away. That dragon is a very kind of drop everything and run if it comes to it, or stand and fight and burn it all to the ground and make a point if it comes to it. You're making a decision between the two. What is it worth to you? That is the question. What is it worth? Of course, dragons can be very domineering. They're very strong, powerful signs. That energy that comes with dragon and dragon people in general, it's very intense. And I think that this is a very intense time for you. But you've got things to do now. I mean, this has got something very sort of similar, considering the monkey and the dragon are in the same triangle, and they're both doer cards. I mean, this could have something to do with work as well, where there's bridges being burnt right now at work, and potentially it's you that burnt those bridges. Potentially it was an employee or a customer or something that has upset the balance. And again, you don't think this is fair, but it is what it is. But you're gonna stand your ground on this, and I think that's right. I think you should stand your ground on this, because that dragon card is coming in here to say it's white. It's a white positive karmic card, and it's a doer card. You're going to get shit done, and you should. You're working on yourself, but you're also working on that sort of, this is like self-preservation, but you're also working on that sort of protecting those around you. The dragon card can also be associated with sort of family ties as well. Dragons do have this duty towards family. And I think that potentially this is going to affect everything. There's something right now that's affecting everything, and it's all stemming from, I think, your own personal perspective or attitude towards things. I think it stems from your emotional blockages and the fact that you haven't been able to deal with things and process things properly, and you've realised this in some small way. So you're trying to fix that now. In doing that, it's also having an influence on things around you. But this is very interesting that the dragon comes up there next to the monkey in sort of solidarity here, because the monkey and the tiger can't be associated. They're opposites there. So, I mean, these are very positive cards in the sense that there is good karma happening somewhere in the background, and potentially it's got something to do with work or employment, because these two cards are doer cards. However, I do feel that individually, with that aside, You've also got, because I'm not saying instead of, I'm also saying also got, not just some sort of conflict there or some sort of disagreement and things that need to be fixed and done there, and they will need to be fixed. A lot of tinkering to be done with yourself and the other situations, work, family, stuff like this. A lot of work. But the situation that you are working through, you're doing it for your sort of like selfish gains. You're doing it for yourself, and as a rabbit, that's the one thing that's going to motivate you the most. I'm not saying that you're selfish and that you're self-centered. I'm just saying that you will work on you better than most signs will, because if anybody's going to tell you that you're in need of a change, then it's going to be yourself. You'll observe that and you'll look at that. You'll change if you want to. You won't if you don't. It's as simple as that. I do think that in reality, though, this isn't going to bring much peace to you, but it is going to feel like you feel like this could be a benefit to this. You feel like that if you burn these bridges or you fly away, if you work on yourself and stuff, good things will come. And I don't think you're wrong. I just don't think it's going to be as you expect them to be, because it's indifferent. It's very aloof here. It's all over the place. It's very kind of either way with rabbits and dragons, either way with rabbits and monkeys, either way with rabbits and tigers. So I think it's like either way. There's no real decisions to be made. It's just a kind of maybe waiting it out and be prepared to fly away quickly and save yourself, which I would advise, because you are a rabbit. So if you can, get away while you can. You've got the speed and the intuition to do that. However, if you have to stand and fight, which I know you don't like, you're a peaceful people, but if you do have to stand and fight, do it positively. And when I say positively, I don't mean go in there and start punching people in the face. I mean, try and use, your active, your traits in active diplomacy, or your ways of negotiation. See, with all signs, fight means something different. Some it is punch someone in the face. Other times it is dealing with somebody more sort of with a vocabulary of words, or a debate that doesn't arise into bloodshed, And I feel that maybe there is a lot of communication that needs to be done here as well, because again, miscommunication, dragon card communication, monkey in the middle, this has got something to do with you and the communication of others. It could have something to do with work, could be something romantically, could be either, could be or, could be and, could be if. But what I do see is that it does stem from your own self-blockages, because you are still in that transition of the catalyst and that sort of not taking accountability and denying stuff from last week, or as we've shifted over. And I do feel that as we move into this year of the dragon, and we're now in that year of the dragon, things are going to start being shaken up for you a lot more. So definitely stay away from denial, stay away from the ideas that it's not happening around you, because I can guarantee you it bloody well is. So yeah, also while I've got the two cards here, tiger and monkey, this also means, I would say, something suspicious is going on, because the one thing that makes this a conflict between the tiger and the monkeys is they don't trust each other. They never trust each other. And I think there's a trust issue here, and there's some suspicious activity going on, and it could have something to do with you burning bridges in the long term. And I see it as you burning the bridges, not someone burning bridges with you, because it's a white dragon, not a black. But we'll find out, won't we, my lovely rabbit people? Because we'll be back next week, next Tuesday, for another rabbit reading, and we'll see how you guys have got on. If you have enjoyed the video, please give us a like, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below if it has resonated with you. If you have any questions, I'll be back tomorrow morning with the dragon reading, and tomorrow afternoon with the snake reading. I say morning and afternoon, I can never guarantee this, but if I don't see you then, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, guys. Love and peace.